And I do have something to quick say. I am dyslexic and have learning disabilities, but I do want to add some things to this if I could.
I'll let Ms. McMahon lead you through.
All right.
All right, you are Angela Taylor,
Yes.
and you are the petitioner in this matter?
Yes.
Okay. And Your Honor, I would just ask that you take additional notice of the dates the PPO was in effect. I believe it is still valid until April of this year.
That sounds correct to me. Then I will give you additional notice.
All right, thank you. So, Ms. Taylor, it looks like these violations you're alleging happened back in October?
Yes.
Okay, talk me through them.
I filed so many of them, I don't.
Okay.
He just doesn't, he just continues to keep
All right, well,
harassing me.
let's focus in. Then you made some allegations that he's been harassing you at work or sending a friend to harass you at work. How is that? Describe that.
He has people drive through the parking lot, revving their engine. Then he has some people come in, like his family members, like that never come there inside. And then he does too. He sits across in Vanderhyde parking lot towards the restaurant, stalking me, knowing what I drive to go into work. I drive a black seat chair.
Okay.
And he knows when I'm coming and going. He was just here the other day on February 12th on snowmobile stalking me, ran through my yard, shut the headlight off. My tenants tried to knock him off the snowmobile. He just continues. He's been harassing my boss. My boss went to the Kent County Sheriff's Department the other day. She's filing a PPO. He's been putting her all on Facebook, just tearing up the business.
All right, and so specifically, you say that he has people revving their engines outside your workplace. How do you know that he's having those people do that?
Because they're his friends, and then they put it on social media.
Okay. Do you have anything?
A friend just called me the other night and left me a voicemail. He's like, yep, Paul's always getting away with it, because his dad's the next sheriff's department for Kent County.
Okay, so do you have any, besides these are, perhaps these are his friends, is there any other indication that Mr. Colby's directing them to do this?
They're all on his Facebook talking about it.
Okay. And then you said somebody was in your yard?
Yeah, he went through my yard on snowmobile, and I know it was him, and my son was at the end of my driveway in the yard. And I know it was him because I have customers that come into my work, and they told me that his dad tried to say no, it wasn't. Yes.
Yeah, no, there is an objection to hearsay, and I can't hear what anyone else said at the hearing. We have to follow the rules of evidence, so we just can only do what you observed or heard, Ms. Taylor. So I'll sustain the objection. You may continue, Ms. McMahon.
Thank you, Anna. So Ms. Taylor, when you say Mr. Colby's across the street, from your workplace, what does he do while he's there? Is he just sitting there? Is there?
Yeah, he just sits in his car and, watches the restaurant. Knows when I leave, knows when I come to work, knows if it's me.
I guess, how do you know he's watching the restaurant? Is he there for a significant amount of time? Is he?
Cause his car's over there and I know what his car looks like.
Okay, is it possible that he could just be at that business?
No, but that's a used car dealership, and the main one's across the street. And his car's pointing at the restaurant.
Okay, and when he's in the vehicle and you see him in the vehicle, you don't just see his car?
Yeah, I see him.
Okay,
And I also have witnesses that see him too.
so you say that Mr. Colby's been harassing you at work because you post things, has that affected your employment?
Yes. He's trying to get me fired.
How has that affected your employment? Like, has your boss taken any steps?
That talked with me about it.
Okay, what did she say in that talk?
Here's the,
Oh, sorry, right, apologies. Alright. Have the posts made it difficult for you to go to work?
Yes.
Okay. In what way, I guess, besides your boss?
Mentally, emotionally, I feel threatened. Like I don't even feel safe. At nighttime, I have somebody walk me out to get in my car because I don't feel safe. He just continues. If something don't get done, I'm gonna end up killed or something.
And then you also have a series of Facebook posts, that you attached. Were any of those posts directed, at you? Were you tagged in any of them? Were they,
objection around the foundation.
Owens on the foundation objection, Mr. Knapp?
I would agree. Apologies. I guess, has Mr. Colby ever directly contacted you or messaged you in any way?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, no further questions, Your Honor, thank you.
Very good, Mr. Casar.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, let me see if the prosecution rests.
I would like to reserve the ability to do redirect.
Yeah, no, redirect is appropriate. You may proceed, Mr. Casar.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I would move for a directed verdict, Your Honor, on this case. As Ms. Taylor has just, at the last time, testified here in her last words, there was no direct contact between my client and her, as she testified. There are some allegations of work, harassment, Your Honor. However, there's, number one, no corroboration and no testimony to this fact that my client was there knowingly and how many times he was there allegedly. Ms. Taylor had many allegations in her complaint, and I don't think that the testimony of Ms. Taylor here at this point will lead the court to find that my client had violated the PPO since he had no direct contact with her. So I would move for a judgment of acquittal and directed verdict, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Knapp, any response? No.
Yes, Your Honor. While I understand Mr. Casor's point, I do believe that Ms. Taylor's testimony is robust enough to substantiate, beyond reasonable doubt that he's been interfering with her at her place of employment or engaging in conduct that impairs, her employment, between her messages about him watching the property and then, his actions creating tension between her and her boss. I would ask that you find him guilty.
All right, well, I'm going to deny the motion for directed verdict. This time I have the testimony, the order, protective order that is, which dates back to 2023, clearly prohibits, Mr. Taylor from, following, I'm sorry, let me get this right, Mr. Colby, from following Ms. Taylor, appearing within her site, appearing at a workplace or residence, and, approaching or confronting, her in a public place or on private property. That is, I have her testimony today that he loiters, for no apparent reason, was inside of the workplace, where he is visible inside his vehicle to her, and less substantiated testimony about the routing, that's really not what I'm looking at, but really just simply his presence, observing her at work, and I know I've made it abundantly clear to Mr. Colby that he is to stay out of her sight So I'll deny the director's report. You may continue with any questions for Ms. Taylor, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Taylor, are you home alone or are you there with somebody?
Yes, I have my tenant living here.
Is that your tenant or you live in boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend.
All right, let me ask you this. Your petition affidavit is written back, I believe in September of last year, and it's written in a third-party language. Did you write that yourself, or did you have somebody write that for you?
I'm dyslexic and have learning disabilities, so I had help with that.
All right, so that's not your language, is it?
Yeah,
Did you dictate that language?
yeah.
Okay? You saw, your testimony is that you saw Mr. Taylor's vehicle across from your employment, right?
Yeah. And I have witness.
How many, no, just what you saw, man. How many people in the vehicle?
One,
How far is that, parking lot from your employment?
across the street, so not very far.
How many feet would you estimate?
20 yards.
$20 yards?
Yes,
About 80 feet?
yes,
Do you wear glasses?
yes.
Were you wearing glasses at that time?
What did you say?
Were you wearing them at that time?
I wear my contacts.
Okay. Are you currently in a, court proceeding in a different county affecting, your child that you have with Mr. Colby?
What do you, I guess I don't understand what you're asking.
Is there a custody order between you and Mr. Colby currently?
He has custody of Tristan,
All right?
child support.
And you pay child support?
Yes,
All right. Likewise, there's a current civil action in another county, affecting, the house in which you live, correct?
yeah, it's still my home.
But it may be your home, but currently it's in litigation over who it belongs to. Is it either you or Mr. Colby, is that correct?
He's suing me to make me try to sell my home. I've lived here since 2012.
I understand that. But so did Mr. Colby, has he not?
No, he has not. He's never lived here.
Really?
He's lived at his dad's because we impeached him in Miss Krieger's, courtroom.
Your Honor, objection, I don't think this should be getting into the specifics of pending litigation.
Yeah, I think we're getting off course here, on the issue of the house. I'm really more interested in these alleged contacts at the workplace, which seems to be the focal point of the, alleged violation here. Mr. Clerk, so I'll ask you to redirect to the next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no other questions. Thank you.
Very good. All right, any, redirect, Mr. Fan?
Just briefly, Ms. Taylor, how often would you say you've seen Mr. Colby's car at your workplace? Well, across the street from your workplace?
Several times, probably a couple times a week.
And when you say a couple times a week, how long was that going on for?
Before the PTO even got put in place, he's been stopped.
Okay, but specifically, like, has he been doing this since October, of last year? Has this been, August of 2024?
Probably September of 2023.
Okay, so you are saying that he sits in his car across from your workplace a few times a week and has for the past 2 years?
That's right. Like if I drive something different, he puts on Facebook, oh, she must have a new car. This is what she's driving now.
Okay,
Just don't stop. Something needs to be done before I am terrified of him.
okay. And so a couple more questions. When you see him when you see his car and him sitting across from your workplace, how long does it sit there?
Oh, it's there for quite a bit. Probably 45 minutes to an hour. And then he drives past my friend's house too. Constant stuff.
And how do you know it's there for 45 minutes to an hour?
Because we can see out the window.
Okay.
My boss smokes cigarettes. I do not. He goes out and there he is sitting in his car.
Okay, but you can see him out the window.
Yes.
Okay. How sure are you that the person sitting in that front seat is Mr. Boldy?
I'm 110% sure it's him.
Okay, and is there anybody else in that vehicle?
No.
You could see? Alright, thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Mr. Short?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just one question, Ms. Taylor. Have you ever called the law enforcement on him when he's sitting parked for at least 45 minutes across your employer?
Yes, if they don't do anything about it, he continues to get away from it.
It's just a yes or a no answer. Yes or no.
No, I haven't called the cops.
Thank you.
All right, any follow-up, Mr. Gadd?
Just very briefly, Your Honor, Ms. Taylor, have you ever called the cops on any of these violations?
Yes,
Okay, and when was that?
I can't remember.
A year ago, 2 years ago, within the last 6 months?
It's been in the last, probably 6 months to a year.
Okay, and what happened when you did that?
They don't do anything.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor, no further
I even
questions.
tell them I have an active PTO.
Okay.
Mr. Short?
No questions.
Very good, then thank you. You may step down, Ms. Taylor. Any additional witnesses, Mr. Gadd?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses or evidence to present, Mr. Short?
No, Your Honor.
Then I believe we're to the time for a closing statement. Mr. Gadd?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Taylor is a credible witness as far as, Mr. Colby sitting across from her workplace within her sight, visible. She's known Mr. Colby for quite some time, so I believe her identification is also likewise credible. As well as her ability to say it was for 45 minutes to an hour, each time. So at the very least, I believe we could be unreasonable doubt that, Mr. Colby has been appearing within her sight, as well as some additional testimony that he's been interfering with, Ms. Taylor at her place of work, and I would ask that you find him guilty.
Mr. Short?
Your Honor, I don't believe the evidence has proven that my client is guilty of the PPO violation. The history of these two people is a very deep history. There are several other court actions involved. The testimony, in my opinion, of Ms. Taylor is biased. Slanted towards punishing my client for simply obeying the order and staying away and having no direct contact with her at all. So I would suggest that this court find him not guilty. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Short. Well, I have heard the testimony today, and I have course, been involved in this case for quite some time. There is a lot of tension in this relationship as the existence of the other different times points out. However, the court's order does say very clearly, no contact, as I stated earlier, at the workplace, residence, or appear within the site. And it appears to me that there's uncontroverted testimony today. I heard from Ms. Taylor that she's seen Mr. Colby sitting and loitering in some lot across the street from her workplace. I didn't hear from Mr. Colby that he's got a work that obliges him to be there, or a commercial reason or a business reason to show up there. And I think that based on my experience with this case and these two parties, that Mr. Colby is simply sitting there he thinks he's on stakeout duty. And the notice to Mr. Colby is, I don't care if your parents or whoever was in law enforcement, you don't get the right to stake out Ms. Taylor or her place of business. So if you appear there again, you'll be in violation of a protective order. I'm going to find a violation this time. I'm going to fine you $200. You're going to show up at the Kent County Sheriff's Department to get fingerprinted. Take a good look around while you're there, because you're going to look at what it would look like if you got processed into the jail on a violation. That's what I'll do with the next violation, is I'll give you some jail time. And the fingerprint should serve as a warning that that's coming. You are not to have any contact, direct or indirect, from your friends on the internet. There's so much crud floating around out there that it appears to me that you realize this order's in place, but you're trying to find the fringes, or how far can I go before the judge gets mad at me. Now you found out, not very far. So stay away, obey the order down to the letter of the law. Don't post, respond to anything online, electronically, or driving with regard to Ms. Taylor. You just need to end this thing in terms of contact with her. That's all there is to it. Keep it to the courts and the filings that are going on in other cases. That's the way these things should be handled, not as some kind of amateur hour stakeout here. Not okay. That'll be the court's ruling. I'll also extend this protective order for an additional year. That is, if it's going to expire in April of this year, it's going to now expire April 2026. With Colby, I expect nothing short of total obedience to it. And if you're not, then I'll take it that you don't think I'm serious. Not that it's anything against Ms. Taylor. I'll say now, all of a sudden, Mr. Colby's testing the judge, and I can tell you, I can make it real serious, and you can be sitting 90 days down in the Kent County Jail. I guarantee it's not where you want to be sitting. With that, the matter's concluded. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's a lot more, especially on Fridays and Saturday nights when they're either under the influence of alcohol or drugs. It can be a lot more exciting, makes the night go by a lot faster. Oh, what's this? It's the first one we've had coming right here, huh?
So what happened was, put him in the car, standing in the car, controlling me, big glass, just, they kicked your windshield out. They jump on him, oh, they kicked the hole, and knocked the door off the jam, and, so not only bust the glass, but he also kicked the door off the jam, so all tweaked out from that. My finger broke, man, throat twisted. Oh, come on, man. Oh, you trying to hurt me? That's a good one. Yeah, man. I looked at myself, man. Come on, man. We don't know that. Just spit. Listen to me for 1 minute. You said you're a veteran here. You said you come here all the time. You know the rules, okay? You show us. You're talking over me. Show us you can be here. You want to get stood up. You walk over there. You do what they call it. You'll take the mask off when you get into your side stuff. Understood? Oh, it ain't gonna happen? Yeah, it's gonna happen. But whose house is it? Take it out. You gotta put it back on. I was kidding. I'm gonna walk it. Okay, so you're saying as soon as we release you. I'm saying, I'm gonna watch this fish. Oh, as soon as you're ready. Yeah, yeah, this is nice. I mean, so are you telling me that as soon as you release your hand, you're gonna snatch your head off? Because you know what happens then? You know what happens then? You're gonna be escorted exactly like that. Oh. I know this fish. You leave me no choice. Come on, man. You know what?
Cerberus. That's cool. That's cool.
Come on, man.